What's up, guys? I'm back with another Deadlock replay analysis. Today, I bring you my best game yet. I don't think it's hard to deny it anymore. This whole replay analysis method is definitely improving my skills day by day. And I think the more I watch back my matches and analyze my mistakes, the exponential my growth will be. So, I mean, it could be a matter of weeks before I'm in Eternus. It could be a matter of days. Y'all are just gonna have to stick around to find out, but in today's episode, if this Warden gameplay isn't Eternus level, I mean, it's Ascendant 6 at the very least, because I fucking killed it in lane. I dodged everything except for that kinetic pulse, and I did miss my flask, but hey, I was tracking his ass on his way out. I mean, my aim has just been non-stop lately. It's just too good. I see this magician diving and punish him promptly. I get a double flask. Nothing more satisfying than that. And apparently this Dynamo is home from Africa. I guess he was on vacation or something, and I mean, if his brain is anything like mine, it sucks at Deadlock after going on vacation, so I have the upper hand here. And, you know, Dynamo makes some pretty stupid plays, so I do think the vacation might have staled his skill a bit. After all, he did say he was gone for 3 weeks, so we're gonna blame it on the vacation, but also on my skill. I'm trying to make safe trades right now and just waiting out their abilities to dodge them. I think my first purchase is extra stamina, which might seem questionable, but I think in a lane like this, having extra stamina is really nice. It makes it super easy to dodge Vexing Bolt, makes it easy to dodge Kinetic Pulse, and that's basically the only thing that they're dealing damage with, so I start with extra stamina, and it builds into damage later, so I think it's a worthy investment. But for now, I'm just ticking them down from afar while I deal with the wave, because the closer I am, the easier it is for them to get their 15 billion damage abilities on me. And there's Headshot Booster, so I'm basically assaulting them. Once I take this camp, it puts me ahead of everybody in the lobby, except for Victor, who I guess got a kill or something, or maybe he's just goated at farming boxes. It looks like Seven might have gotten a kill too. I get Rabbit Hexed, but it doesn't matter, because rabbits can bounce off of walls, and capitalize off of that binding word nicely. He tries to Vexing Bolt himself, doesn't work. After I get close, I anticipate the panic parry and go for a heavy melee. Something that people who don't like fighting up close tend to do whenever you jump them is they will parry out of fear, and it gives you a lot of time to either heavy melee them after or just shoot them down. And then I went for a little dive on Dynamo while his cooldowns were up. Kind of wasted his Quantum Entanglement. Here I am trying to headshot Sinclair and failing, and then I get hit by Kinetic Pulse, and so I'm left at like 2 HP, so it's time to buy monster rounds so that I can increase my longevity and keep the wave shoved. My next purchase is probably going to be Kinetic Dash, because it's a very good investment. I get 1600 damage investment for only 800 souls, not bad at all. I think here I'm still trying to like poke him. Yeah, using my extra stamina to dodge Vexing Bolt. It was very nice, and getting 88 damage with my gun from afar. Warden is... the more I aim and shoot them, the more powerful Warden feels. I think it's something I didn't really understand about this character is that you probably have to land your bullets to actually do good as him. Because, you know, I was told recently that Warden doesn't really have any bad matchups, aside from Mirage, apparently, which I didn't think was terrible of a matchup, but I guess it is pretty bad as Warden. And in my mind, I'm like, well, I mean, I definitely suck against the bruisers, like Abrams, kind of, and Billy, definitely, fuck Billy. But there are some characters that I definitely do good against, but apparently Warden's just broken and he's good against every single character. I guess it's a matter of how you play as him, a matter of how you aim, and that's something that I have not spent enough time practicing, but with every match, my aim gets better, exponentially, like I said, so my growth is going to be unprecedented. Y'all are going to see this shit. I mean, compare and contrast today's episode, today's gameplay. I mean, I'm about to hit a badass dodge on this Dynamo's Kinetic Pulse. Actually, hold on, that happens later. He uses it on Bebop, but... I mean, I'm dodging their abilities left and right. He goes for a last stand, so we have a little ult trade, and then he bunnies me, so I have to go out. My fucking game tabs out. He goes for a panic parry, and then he gets parried. I don't know how I knew he would melee. I was kind of just in this Sinclair's head. It was a rough game for him. Tick Dynamo down 100 HP, don't mind if I do, and grab a healing trooper while I'm at it. It's time to push this tower. And here, I knew I had to leave to avoid Sinclair. I knew it was coming, but I just didn't get out fast enough. I should have... I was a little bit late on the decision to escape, and that's why I died. I knew that Sinclair was going to respawn, and I knew that he was already there, but I didn't realize he had a zip boost, which is probably why he got the jump on me. So I used my zip boost to try and save Bebop, which I do. The Dynamo went deep and dove, It's probably because he was on vacation and doesn't remember that those kinds of plays are bad. Magician has such a low cooldown on his ult, so I wasn't ready for it fully, but I at least had cover to walk around, so he didn't really get that much damage with it. It's just unfortunate that he healed all the damage that I got while he was channeling his ult. So, it's a shame. Dynamo goes deep again, and I actually take Vexing Bolt and kinetic dash damage, and now I'm thinking like, man, I could use some resistances this game. I just want to take as little damage as possible. So I think my next purchase is Spirit Resilience. And now that might sound like kind of a bold choice. Oh yeah, Dynamo dives deep again and dies. It's not his fault, he was on vacation and he's a little bit rusty at the moment, so I was able to leverage off of that nicely. I try to harass this little Sinclair here because he has healing right up, and yeah, the minions I try to ignore while I wait for Bebop to come back. And now that he's back, he'll deal with the troopers while I continue to harass Sinclair. It's to no avail. I land a headshot and get a little bit of poke damage since I have a headshot booster, but I'm not really able to finish him off, and I kind of throw my flask at a ghost. That was the badass dodge on the kinetic pulse that I was alluding to earlier. And yeah, I mean, they're forced to be stuck here. Maybe I should have dove in, but I was afraid of the wave. I think if I had dived, I could have killed Sinclair with my flask. And here I had no excuse. I should have killed him with my gun. But then I go stupid, and I get in front of... I whiff my parry, I get in front of the walker and take 600 damage to it. Yeah, like, come on, Logan. That's just one of the... like, if you're gonna make a mistake, don't let it be that. Don't let it be taking 600 damage to the walker. Now, thankfully, my Bebop is fucking Eternus, so he kills them both at 1 HP.
Impressive, Bebop.
And so we've won the lane, despite my ineptitude, and it's now time for me to gank. So the yellow tower, I was thinking maybe they need gank first, but then they killed Mirage, so I switched over to green lane here, and it ended up being a fantastic rotation because Wraith died in seconds, and Dynamo also happened to rotate at the same time as me. He must have seen that I was heading over. And the timing is perfect. After we kill Wraith and get the green tower, a gun buff just for me spawns. It's got my name on it, and then I go for some more boxes. I'm still trying to get to Spirit Resilience, so I'm focused on farming, but I make another mistake soon. After I'm done taking the Sinners and this camp, which I spend quite a bit of time doing, I go to defend the tower against Mo and Sinclair, and I end up dying. I can't remember if they use 2 ults on me and that's why I die, but I think it's just 1 ult. Yeah, no, Mo uses his ult, I dive him and I go deep. And then, yeah, unfortunately the last stand plus Vexing Bolt combo was enough to kill me, because I didn't have my Spirit Resist at the time. And I want to get Quicksilver Reload, but it seems like Spirit Resilience is just too important of a purchase right now. Unfortunately, the progress that I made while taking the Sinners and the camp to the left of it has been destroyed since the Mo and the Sinclair got the jump on me, so now he's 2.5k ahead, which is really 1.5k ahead, which is really unfortunate. I'm left to go back to taking camps, but then I see that Victor's kind of deep, so I decide that we're gonna go for him a little bit. Not too much though, you know. Okay, maybe a little much. I did have my ult, so you know it was a safe dive, and we got Victor's ult off, so now it's just whittling him down as much as we can, but it doesn't seem like it's gonna work out. He's just a bit too fast. Thankfully enough, we are in the position to push since we have like an HP advantage, kind of. It's not the best HP advantage, but it's definitely not nothing, and so from afar, I took Mirage to his last breath. I'm very glad that I got the last hit on him there. And then I figured that it's time to run the urn. And it definitely is, because we just won a little fight against Wraith on green, and now green is pushed up and not contested. Sinclair's down there, and he did manage to kill Hayes, but since he went so deep, it's not that much of a surprise that Hayes was able to finish him off. So then I go over and bounce to this urn. It's free. I'm glad that I chose to run the urn, and I'm glad that I committed to it. It was a great play, and now I'm no longer insanely broke. I have some souls now. I'm still behind most people because I've been dying for stupid reasons, like when I died to the Walker and when I died to my own ult against Sinclair. But now that I have Spirit Resilience, it pays dividends. I really die less with this item. I mean, not only did it bring me to the 4.8k investment in health, so I have a lot of HP and I'm just tanky, but also the spirit damage that every character in this lobby is dealing is going to be massively reduced. Even this last stand doesn't hurt that much. I mean, I kind of avoid it. I don't really take that much damage to it. But it's nothing compared to how it was before. I see Mirage here. Paige misses her Captivating Read, unfortunately. So I'm just gonna stop fighting and go back to farming, and she just wants my golden statue buffs, so I guess I'm gonna go for the minions here. A little tier 2 camp. And I'm back to clearing the wave, and it's the best I can do at this moment. aside from taking the Sinners, which I do in fact go for. I'm glad that I'm not pushing green here. I feel like an old version of myself would have said that now's the chance. I mean, 5 of us were on blue though, which was insane. I got lucky and killed the Sinners as soon as Mo started to try to jump me, and then I get to take the one below for free. And now my farm is not quite as terrible. I think I have 13k, which is nice. At least I'm doing better than the lane that lost on yellow. I actually don't remember if they lost. Oh yeah, they won because I went to gank. But that was after they lost their tower, so yeah, the lane on yellow did lose, and that's why Victor's 16k. The Victor ends up being a really big issue later on in the game. It's not the reason we lose. It was a really close game. We should have won. We dropped the patron and everything, but a play that I make in the end costs us the entire game, and it's really unfortunate. But at least I can say that I did good during all other parts of the game, and I still managed to get one little... I got top assists, which is okay as Warden, I guess. Yeah, Sinclair goes for another last stand since he has like a 30-second cooldown on that shit, and I try to dodge it, but it doesn't work out. I mean, obviously it does work out because I'm not dead right now. But then I'm looking at this Dynamo here, and that's just not a good idea. Probably. So I'm telling Lash that this is a bit of a dangerous fight. There's only 3 of us around, and I don't know. But it seems like Hayes is rotating over. He got the grab on Sinclair, so I'm like, okay. And then I'm like, no again, and I see 7 getting jumped, so I have my ult, why not? Let's just jump the hell out of this Victor. He unfortunately kills the Haze, because he really does just have a lot of souls and healing, and I'm not able to kill him either, but I survived because of Spirit Resilience. And then I had this little altercation with Sinclair that I was really close to winning. If I had just played a bit smarter, dodged his abilities while he was getting Binding Worded and waited for the Binding Word to hit, then I would have killed him for sure. It would have just been free headshots. So... yeah, it's a damn shame that I wasn't able to succeed there. It was also the Mo disarm that kind of fucked me up. If we go back, actually, which I'm going to do, you can see that Mo's disarm lasts for like 40 seconds. And that's why I wasn't able to kill this Victor. I thought it was his healing on rewatch, but no, Mo came and disarmed me here, and now I just can't shoot him. And I'm like, fuck. And so he just heals a shit ton and does 1800 damage to me. And now I have to fight this Sinclair, which, yeah, I obviously could have fought him better. Like I said, should have just waited for the Binding Word before spraying my bullets on him. In the meantime, I should have just been trying to dodge and play it safe against the wall so I could bounce away from the Vexing Bolt. But the Sinclair dies and then dies, and the Mo ends up dying at some points in there too, but the Victor's just unkillable. He's 20k. He's a massive issue. He's ahead of everybody in the lobby right now. And I didn't actually build against him, aside from the Spirit Resist, which was smart, but I wasn't doing that for Victor. I was doing that for, like, Dynamo, Wraith, and Sinclair. I should have gotten anti-heal of some kind at some point, like Toxic Bullets. I remember thinking that Toxic Bullets would have been a good purchase, but I didn't end up doing it. So here I am just continuing to take camps and stuff on their side. I do a lot of farming this game, but I also think I fight during the times when it's good for me to fight. And another thing that I've noticed is that my team always happens to be like huddled up on one side of the map. Like there's 4 or 5 people on the right side right now. And then I see Hayes trying to take their camps, and so I try to deal with that, but Hayes gets jumped by Victor, and there's no chance, and I don't think it's a good fight since it's Victor, so I'm trying to pull back. My boy gets ulted, Flash, and Bebop grabs me away, and I'm sure he wasn't trying to grab me. There's no chance he was aiming for me, so I'm scared and just running away and taking what I can get while Bebop grabs me away from the fight. They end up going super fucking deep behind our walker. 3 people, actually 4. I see Wraith, Mo, Victor, and Dynamo, so I'm thinking, alright, now's a perfect time to push, but unfortunately Mirage was smart enough to cover it. No one was on blue. Blue would have been the walker to push. So unfortunately I have to run away. I was really hoping I could get yellow there. The Mo and Krill and Dynamo try to intercept my escape, but it doesn't work out. I'm just too fast. Victor finds me. He's also not fast enough. It's a good thing I built around movement speed early. Getting Kinetic Dash, Fleet Foot, and Enduring Speed, you might think it's excessive for movement, but it saved my ass, and it's going to save my ass many more times in the future. I think it's worth it. I think all of those items are good to have. Especially on Warden. I see Hayes getting jumped. Bebop lands a crazy hook, but unfortunately Wraith is not enough in the line of sight to actually get hooked, so I go for an ult and miss it on Wraith completely. And now Sinclair's jumping my ass. He goes for a panic parry, which allows me to escape. And here, Spirit Resilience saved my ass. Again, like, you get 60% Spirit Resist after a certain point of HP. And that's why the Vexing Bolts stopped killing me at a certain point. And it was really nice. Spirit Resilience, even though it's expensive, really is a game changer, especially if you already have a 2k green item, because then it also increases your HP a lot.
Let's push Greenwich. I don't know.
Lash wants to push, but I'm really low in HP. I'm gonna do it anyway. Mo and Krill somehow takes a bajillion damage, and the walker's uncontested. The fire's not hurting me for some reason. The fire on the ground from the walker, and so, yeah, at 500 HP, we take the walker. I'm really relieved. I'm surprised that we were able to pull that off. Sinclair tries to chase me, and then he runs right past me. I guess he thought that I went to the shop after I didn't have enough stamina to get on top of the building. I got really lucky there. I thought I was gonna die for sure, but I managed to escape. And Sinclair dies. So, things are going well at this point in the game. It was a successful push, albeit a risky one. I have 6.2k. And I go for some fire rate and damage, because I feel like my bullets per second consistently is just really bad across all of these games. And it's unfortunate. So yeah, Dynamo doesn't stand a chance against me here. He was just too deep again. It's probably because of the vacation. I've been there. But since there's no Mo to fucking disarm me for 30 seconds, I can actually kill Victor. And I stand by my decision to use my ult on him, because not only did he have a big bag, but also he's top farm on their team by a long shot. 27k is nasty. So I think using the ult was worth it, even though there was a walker to push. We weren't really able to push this yet. Mo used his 50 billion second disarm, and I'd go in for to shoot more bullets that obviously I can't shoot. And then Mirage tries to come in from behind, but it doesn't work out. But here I'm getting kind of scared. I say that I'm going in, but I'm definitely like, yeah, I knew that Dynamo was coming, and as soon as I saw him, it was over. But Lash clutches up, uses his ult, and Mirage is left with like 2 HP, but he heals back up thanks to Dynamo. I'm figuring like not really the time to push the walker, but it is a good time to get the urn. Bebop was way ahead of me. I can see Wraith trying to jump somebody here, so I'm ideally intercepting her. Haze lands the sleep, canceling her teleport, but unfortunately the teleport cooldown is not reset and she gets out. And then Victor pops right in to ruin all of our fun, so we gotta start running away. I see the urn here, and I'm like, well, I can't let them have that, so I'm gonna try to run away with it. But unfortunately, this Victor knew what was up, and so did the Sinclair. We get chased, and I die. And Sinclair gets to teleport away for free. It's really unfortunate, and then Bebop dies because there's actually fucking 4 people in our jungle, while Lash and Haze are trying to get the Sinclair, which they succeed in doing, and now we're even on kills, but it's a really bad position for us, because now they're like pushed up to our walker. Fortunately, they get the Mirage. Now we're actually in a good position. But I do believe they get the urn for free. That being said, the 3 of us decide to push blue off of the urn. I think Lash communicated that. Thank you, good on Lash. And we do get blue uncontested. Very nice. Probably better off for the soul diff, and it was because we're still ahead of them by about 10k. I'm looking at yellow. I see that the minions are absolutely destroying it. Before Mo can even come to get rid of the minions, the walker's already like only a quarter HP, so I decide that I'm going to make a play on the walker. I have the damage to do it, I have the speed to do it, I think it's a good choice. Paige actually decides to come with me, which is nice. So while I'm dealing with the wave and getting the troopers to come up to the walker, which they are now going to do, I decide, should I go for like a sneaky route or do I just move fast? And it looks like moving fast worked. Mirage was here to contest it, but he showed up a little too late and suffered the consequences of my existence. See you later, Mirage.
Good job.
We get yellow for free, we go back down, and it's just farming at this point. I probably shouldn't have been farming so deep on their side, but I don't think I die for it. I think my next purchase here is Frenzy, because I'm really loving how Spirit Resist feels. And Frenzy's a great item for your fire rate too, so it was a good choice. I'm really moving now. I'm just fucking fast. And thinking about what we should probably do next. At this point, I'm probably thinking about just stealing camps, and I'm also looking at the urn, but I'm not certain if it's the best play. Dynamo has Refresher, so it's gonna be a little hard to win a team fight if we're not smart. I don't know if I end up getting the urn here. I was contemplating it, but I decided against it. Because our waves aren't the best. So I go back to stealing camps, and I think they try to jump me for this. Yes. Krill grabs me, he knew where I was. And then I get knocked down and ulted. And popped. But Paige has her barrier. It doesn't matter though. There were just too many people. But Seven was able to roll in at the perfect time. Both Paige and Seven using their ults. Killing Sinclair and Mo. It's splendid. It's amazing. They go in. I love my team at this point. I feel like they're the best people on the entire planet, because I was really sad that 6 people killed me. They're continuing to dive, but Bebop and Seven leave, and unfortunately, it was a bad blunder. If only one of them had left to either grab the urn or do mid, which I think it would have, that was more of an urn play than mid. for sure, unless the team fight succeeded after that, which it didn't, because 2 of them left. We would have been able to do mid or get the urn, but since one of them wanted to leave, urn play was better, I think. Unfortunately, though, they commit to mid. I'm not really able to get there before somebody steals the rejuve, and we lose both of our rejuves instantaneously. And we're still not yet able to get rid of one of theirs, so now we're in a really bad position, and then 7 dies for real. I get rid of... a rejuve is taken away from Wraith the frame before I kill Victor. So Victor actually dies, which is a miracle. It feels like we have a chance in this fight, but I'm taking too much damage and I'm not able to climb up the rope in time. Mirage left at 1 HP. It's quite unfortunate. It was a close battle, but at the end of the day, we shouldn't have... after the team fight on the middle between green and blue, after Mo grabbed me while I was trying to take their camp, we really shouldn't have left that team fight. We should have committed to it and kept going. And unfortunately, it did cost us both our walkers. Lash goes to defend blue against 5 people and dies, so yeah, I don't know. It was a pretty big blunder on Lash.
Little bookie girl can't help a lot.
Paige decides to just hide in the base, which is a good choice. I mean, she is by herself. And after 7 respawns, he does his best to poke him down. It's good. It's good stuff. After I respawn, my goal is to find somebody who can die like Sinclair and kill him, or more ideally Dynamo, who has his ults. And then I find Dynamo and try to shoot him down. He teleports away twice, but it's just not enough. And now Hayes and I are beelining for this Victor. We really don't want him to escape. But he does, because he has a fucking debuff remover on his in his kit. One of his abilities is a debuff remover, so it's really hard to kill Victor. And he gets away. But it's alright. I see Hayes fighting. I go on her. It doesn't matter. She did not need my help. Mirage dies in seconds, and now we are in a position to push. So I don't know if we end up doing that. I feel like right now, yeah, I saw the Victor and I wanted to chase him down again, and I commit to it pretty hard. I thought he was going to go on the zipline, but he didn't, and so now he's hitting me with his attacks. But then he runs away again, and I decide to dive. Not a bad time to do it. Makes getting the shrine a little bit easier, but then fucking Mo disarms me again, and so I just pop my ult. It's a good thing Wraith found herself out of position. She was a little bit too high up for me to catch her, though, and I was not able to kill her with my ults. And then once Sinclair steals my ult, I'm like, oh fuck, it's time to run away. I'm taking a lot of spirit damage, but Frenzy and Spirit Resilience are making my spirit resistance, like, insanely high. I think it's almost like 80% damage reduction. And I managed to survive a long time at low HP. Even after I get Dynamo ulted, I survive. And I get a Page barrier. So I'm scared as fuck, obviously. I don't want to die, but I also don't want to stop helping the team, so I go for 500 damage on Mirage. Not bad. He's almost dead. I go back in, seeing if I can finish him off, and yes, the Mirage does end up dying. And now I'm thinking, okay, it's time for me to heal. I can't afford to stick around in this fight anymore. They're tearing the Amber Hand asunder. They're going to drop the Patron, I think. I just need to heal some more. I don't remember what I just bought. Oh yeah, Spellbreaker, so now my spirit resistance is even more nuts. And I have debuff resistance against that damn Mo. So I see this Victor, and I really, really want to kill him. But it's just too hard. I end up getting disarmed, grabbed, and knocked down. I am able to escape. But I get a little bit too big for my britches. Going back in here wasn't a bad idea. I had a decent amount of HP. And Mo and Crow definitely could have died. Dynamo misses his kinetic pulse on me, which is good. We're going back in for some damage. And yeah, at this point, now is when I should have left, because now that I'm going in, I'm by myself and there's 4 of them. Wasn't going to survive it that time, unfortunately. And it was gun damage primarily shooting me down there with the Wraith. So yeah, unfortunately Wraith scoops me up in the end, and that was the play that costed us the game. After I dove and died, Lash dies too, and we just can't win the team fight. Hayes is getting chased down. She's chased down really bad. Wraith changes her mind and goes for the base, and now Hayes is not there for the team fight. And so, yeah, the Patron, even though it was protected for some time, it goes down in seconds. We were not able to survive off of that one misplay that I made. It's really unfortunate. I wasn't too upset about it, but in the end, yeah, I definitely feel like I could have done a lot better that game. I felt like I was doing great, don't get me wrong. That wasn't a game that I was disappointed in myself in, but it's a game that I still threw for everybody else regardless. I mean, if I hadn't died at the end there, we definitely would not have lost. It was completely my fault that we lost the game. It's unfortunate, but, you know, I'm never going to let that kind of thing happen again, and now that I've made the mistake, recorded it, put it out into the world, and embarrassed myself properly, it's not going to happen again. Anyways, peace. Bye.